Hey everybody, this is going to be a new cruise series. On January 7th, 2018, I will be boarding the Allure of the Seas as a travel agent. Now, I book cruises, hotels, airplanes, and car rentals for people who need to book any sort of travel related things. So this is my first time doing this vlog. Now, what I'm going to be doing on the Allure is what you're going to see is what I'm seeing. From going to Port Everglades, boarding the ship, and just basically what I do on the ship and on the islands. So, I have a business which is named CJM Travel. I'll put the link in the description to that website as long as my business email and my business number. Now, I'm an independent travel agent through Global Travel International. I've cruised before. I've been on 3 cruises so far. I've been on the Caribbean Princess to Cozumel, Mexico. I've been on the Independence to Cozumel, Mexico, the Independence of the Seas to Cozumel, Mexico, and I've been on the Carnival Glory. The Glory, I went to Grand Cayman, Mahogany Bay, Roatan, Belize, and then Cozumel. Now, funny story about the Allure. When I booked the Allure, I was supposed to be going to I changed it a while ago. I was supposed to be going to Labadee, Haiti, Falmouth, Jamaica, and then Cozumel. But after thinking about it for a little bit, I got tired of going to Cozumel, and I really wanted to see what the Eastern Caribbean has to offer. So this cruise, January 7th, the ship goes to, or I call it a vessel to be more professional. The ship goes to Nassau, Bahamas, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and then the island of St. Thomas. Now, when I changed the cruise back in June, we were supposed to be going to Nassau, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. But if you heard, since I think June or July, the Allure has had a problem with one of its azipods, the propulsion motors that move the ship. Royal Caribbean, they're actually putting the ship into dry dock later this month to correct that problem. Because right now the Allure is not able to make full speed. And so it's going to be really interesting seeing the island of I lied. It's going to be interesting seeing the island of of Puerto Rico. There we go. Of Puerto Rico after it got slammed by Hurricane Irma and Hurricane Maria. So you can basically call this a pre-cruise vlog. That's what I'm calling it. So I'm actually also going on 3 other cruises later on, all with Royal Caribbean. I have another cruise in April on the Enchantment of the Seas out of Miami. It's a 3-night for my 22nd birthday. We leave Miami on a Friday, April 6th. And then we have 2 stops, Coco Cay, Bahamas, and then Nassau, Bahamas. And then we're back in Miami on Monday. And then January of next year, on January 5th, I'll be going on the Adventure of the Seas to several different places. It's an 8-night out of Port Everglades. And then April of next year, April 5th, I'll be on the Mariner of the Seas with a few other travel agents. And then we're going to Coco Cay and Nassau. Royal Caribbean, they're bringing the Mariner over from overseas later this. But I think I heard June. And then because the Enchantment will be moving to Port Canaveral either sometime this year or later next, or beginning of next year, they're moving the enchantment to Port Canaveral. God, I can't speak. If you notice behind me, actually, I bought this when I was on the Glory. That's a model of the Glory, and that's the funnel that had a drink in it, and I had the souvenir cups from my previous cruises. Here's one from the Glory. I never put any liquid in it. Here's when I went on Caribbean Princess, and there's from the Independence. Now, the reason how I was able to, reason how I got a super deal on the Allure, minus being a travel agent. I'm sorry for saying this, but when I went on the Independence, it was a 4-night, just one-stop Cozumel. We had an inside cabin. I mean, don't get me wrong though, I love Royal Caribbean, and the Independence is a beautiful ship. But what happened is, our sea day going to Cozumel, I was at dinner in the Windjammer. I went to the Jade Sushi place on the vessel, and I made my own sushi roll. I took a regular California roll and put seaweed on top of it, and apparently my stomach did not agree to it. So I was up around 2:45 in the morning throwing out my dinner. Sorry for saying that. Man, a little after my uncle who went on the Independence, who you will meet later on in this vlog series. Basically, he called the emergency number. Next thing I know, I have security show up at my door around 3 in the morning to take me to the infirmary. So I spent a good hour in the infirmary getting checked out. We all came to the conclusion that I got food poisoning, and I got quarantined to the room for the day we were in Cozumel. So my whole cruise became a sea day cruise. And then once I'm done with the infirmary, I get released back to the room. And I was not allowed out for 24 hours. So I get back to the room to see ship security, the room steward, and the biohazard team, and someone from the navigational bridge in my room. Because basically we got new sheets, new pillows, new pillowcases, new blankets. Everything just got clean and sterilized around like 3:30 in the morning. As this was before I got my license as an agent. So with that being said, as you can tell, I was not happy because we had an inside cabin, and because of my little experiment with sushi, it cost me Cozumel. So later on, the fourth day, going back to Port Everglades, I have since been released from the quarantine, and I'm allowed out of the room again. So the moment I got the call saying that I'm good to go, I threw on a shirt, I grabbed my room key, and just bolted out of the room. And so then I go back to the room later on, and I see a letter on the bed from Royal Caribbean, just basically trying to explain to me what had happened. And then it said I was getting a future cruise credit for getting sick on the vessel. So my credit was for $100 to use on any cruise I want, but I had to book it within a year. So I was looking for cruises. I was looking for cruises, and then I came across the deal on the Allure. When I found the deal, I booked it, and that's how I pulled the Allure de Seas off. Excuse me. And so this will be my first time going on any ship in the Oasis class. As I said earlier, if I said or not. I'm only 21 years old, and I got my license last May. That right there, that's my certificate from school. I did vocational school through Ashworth College, and that's how I got my agent license. And so, sorry if the video is flipped. I'm using my Canon Vixia camera, and when I turn the screen towards me, I just noticed. I literally just noticed this. The screen is flipped, or like my face is to the right, and it looks like my face is to the left. So yeah, so I'm sorry that's flipped. I just noticed that. I mean, I'm all packed. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. And basically, this is gonna be the start of a 7 night adventure. What do you guys call it? Do you guys call it a 7-day adventure or a 7-night adventure? Leave your comments below and tell me what you think of that, or like how you call it, or what you call it. There we go. That's the term I'm looking for. And look out for some cool stuff I plan to get. I will not be doing the zip line, and I won't do the flow rider, because that's stuff I don't want to do. And I do have $150 onboard credit because of the deal I got on Allure. And I have Wi-Fi, so look out for photos along the trip on the vessel. And I cannot record in the port because it's not allowed. And so I guess that's about it. I will see you guys in the morning. Thank you for watching the pre-cruise vlog, and have a wonderful time and a good night.